Welcome to the Creator Podcast, where we explore the limitless potential of the human spirit. This podcast is all about reminding individuals of their innate ability to create and manifest their dreams in all aspects of life, from personal growth and relationships to business and entrepreneurship. As human beings, we have been gifted with the power of creativity and imagination, and it is our mission to help you tap into that power and unleash your full potential. Join us as we embark on a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and inspiration. Let's unlock the creator within.
Welcome to Creator Podcast. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I want to talk about decisions and being 100% committed to your decision. You often find yourself making a decision and then a few days, maybe weeks, maybe even minutes, going back to that decision and then reevaluating again. It's an interesting thing. I want to talk about the importance of decision and choosing the timeline and trajectory you want to be on. So thank you so much for listening today. And I can't wait to get started with you. And I just want to say once again, thank you for the support. So many have reached out and have said thank you and have expressed their gratitude for this show. And I just want to say thank you for listening. So this all started, this particular topic I was reminded of, once again, your life is a mirror, right? So what you see is something internal that you can evaluate about yourself. And I was sitting in a particular meeting where a decision was made, and long story short, the decision was reevaluated again the following week. Oh, should we do this? And it really caught me by surprise of like, what the heck? I thought we were progressing already towards this. We wasted an entire work week, 5-6 days, wasted going back to the same thing and evaluating. We didn't fully commit to it. And that's exactly what happened. We made a decision, and then someone within the group had an opinion and went and expressed it outside of this meeting, and it started to change the trajectory of the business in a negative way. We weren't progressing. And I'm not going to fault anyone or say that was wrong, but I started to think, what's my mirror? Where am I making a decision in my life and then going back and reevaluating that decision? And quite frankly, I can think of a lot. So no wonder, through the symbolism of what I experienced in this meeting, no wonder I was experiencing that. It's because my unconscious mind is trying to teach me something. So let's talk about that. What are some of the negative effects of not following on your decision and just staying true to it? I mean, we talk about shiny object syndrome. I'm going to go hard on something for a few, and then it's not going to yield any results because most of the time results take a little bit more time than what you're willing to put into it. You're almost there at gold, but you're just not doing it. Or the results aren't fast enough because you perceive that everything should be happening quicker for you. Maybe that's an emotional or neurological filter you have in your mind. And so you give up. And then you start over something else. Before you know it, you've never even started anything. You've just got an entire buffet table, in essence, of things you've done, but you've never really mastered anything. And it's an interesting concept because in business, I'm constantly reminded you just need one product and one offering to scale to your first $1 million. That's it. And then you can create a second product and a second offering to help you get to that 5 to 10 if you so desire. But you don't need much. You just need the consistency on that one thing. Just like going to the gym. You go to the gym 4 times a week for an hour. You can get really good results assuming that you're eating right and that you're just putting in the time day by day. But it doesn't take that long for you to actually see results when you start staying consistent. But if you start changing up your diet, doing the keto diet, doing paleo or whatever it is, then you start to throw your body out of its rhythm. And as you throw your body out of its rhythm, it may take longer for you or you may gain weight. It just depends on the situation. It's the same thing with your business. I was presented with that opportunity yesterday when I was sitting down with a good friend of mine who's really, really good at something. And right now, he's just not experiencing the results that he wants. He's going through a season of his business where the things that he needs to improve are being shown to him. And it's an interesting thing because we sit down at lunch and he's talking about starting another business or another branch or another leg of his business, which is a good thing. It's great. He's being resourceful and thinking. However, he wanted me to jump on board and be a part of it. Now, it's not that that's a wrong. It's just that I'm on this mission of consistency with one decision. And so we sat there, we thought about it, and determined really that it wasn't going to go anywhere with me. I wasn't the right one. And as much as I appreciated that decision and that sales pitch, in essence, it wasn't what I needed right now in order to get to where I want to be. It seems really, really silly. Pick one thing, just do it consistently, and do it with all your heart, mind, and strength, and you'll achieve what you want. Seems really silly, but that's all it is. Life is meant to be easy for us. And so why can't business be easy? Why do you have to do the Instagram, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Google My Business, the TikTok, the Yelp, and sign up for the Better Business Bureau? Why do you have to do all these things? You don't. It's just a distraction. A distraction that causes you from being able to do truly what you want. Have you ever thought, and this thought's just coming to me, but you ever thought that the negative of the world wants to distract you, wants to keep you from your true potential, because the negative of the world knows how much positive you'll bring to it if you had what you needed? I know you. I know you very well. You want massive amounts of money, not to buy your giant mansion, not to buy every single supercar in the world. Now, you may want some of those things, and that's totally fine. But there's a deeper root inside. That root is to serve, to do things that you wish that you could have done so that you could have an impact. There are things that you wish that you could have experienced as a kid that you want to now take your kids and experience. Maybe that's donating $100,000 in toys for Christmas to kids that are sick or afflicted. Maybe that's buying someone a house. Maybe it's doing a whole remodel for someone or changing someone's life. That's what I want. And I think you want that too. And so I'm sitting here reflecting on this mirror and asking myself, where am I making the one decision that I keep coming back to? And for me, that one decision happens to be within a certain business. And that decision, I'm looking right now at my meeting board, and it's still on there, and it's been on there for a month. We haven't done it. 30 days gone by because we continue to go back and analyze. When realistically, we just got to try it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to have all the bells and whistles. It doesn't have to be the 5, 6, or the 4, 6, and 8K camera. It doesn't have to be that. It could be the 1080p. It doesn't have to be studio quality. Can, but it doesn't have to be. What it is at the end of the day, you've just got to do it and get better at it and start to master it and get and collect the feedback from the process. And as you do so, you'll continue to get better and money will follow because you're getting better and better. And just like any professional athlete, the better you get, the more money follows you. It's an interesting topic, something that has me thinking after this meeting, after experiencing the going back, making decision, and then the decisions made, then going back to that decision and reevaluating again. You can never really progress. In fact, you digress, in essence, because as days go by, bills continue to come. So if it's your business and you're not making a pivot in your business to actually grow, then you're not going to grow because you're too busy focusing on what, how, and where this pivot should be. Think of this back in 2020. with our real estate business, with coronavirus, a call came up, a particular lead generation service reached out and said, hey, obviously everyone's dropping us. You've been a long-time customer. Would you be interested? And if you are, we'll give you X amount % off. Awesome. $10,000 worth of leads is what they were offering for $5,000. So I remember calling and talking to one of my good friends and just said, hey, let's go half on this, $2,500 each. It's not a lot of money, but we could go all in and see what happens. This other friend was a lender, so he had some skin in the game and some benefit from getting real estate business as well. So we did. Within 90 days, we made $100,000 during coronavirus, at the peak of coronavirus. $100,000, which to some is a lot of money. To others, whoop-de-doo, good job. For me at that moment in my business, it was a reminder that you need to focus on the things that you make a decision on. You need to be all in and just continue through it. Once that commitment was signed, it was easy because it was 3 months regardless. And so we had to be all in. And at one point, it got overwhelming how many leads we had. And so I stopped a little bit. We could have made more, but I just got so overwhelmed with the insane amount of leads pouring in and following up and showing houses and doing these things that it just didn't make sense anymore. And I want you to think about that. Had we continued that, that would have continued to be the same results. 3 months, $100,000 for a real estate agent to make $400,000 on profit margins of 80%. That's insanely good. Think about that for a minute. How cool would that be for you? I mean, profit margins of 80%, that's the equivalent of a $1.6 million business. I apologize. That's the equivalent. Yeah. Anywhere between $800 to a $1.6 million business based off the profit margins, assuming a business makes between 20 and 40%. Pretty incredible. There's a lot to think about that. When you make that decision, go all in. Be 100% with yourself. Make the decision to move forward and stay consistent with it. Your heart and your mind, they know, and they'll tell you what you need to do. You just need to be consistently doing it. And as you follow your heart and your mind, amazing things will happen. I'm experiencing that every single day as I make that conscientious decision to follow what my heart tells me, rather than my logic. Thank you so much for listening to the Creator Podcast. Appreciate your support of the show, and I hope you have one.
Thank you for tuning in to the Creator Podcast. We hope that you found inspiration and insight into your own creative potential. Remember that you are capable of achieving greatness in all areas of your life, and that the power to create lies within you. We encourage you to take action on your dreams and to never give up on your journey towards success. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and share with your friends and family. And as always, keep creating and never stop exploring the endless possibilities of what you can achieve. Until next time, this is the Creator Podcast signing off.